So we're actually going to start in child's pose. I'll just pop you guys on mute. And hopefully this all goes okay. So coming into child's pose at the bottom of your mat. Oh, look at you, Sarah, outside. That's beautiful. Coming down, toes together, knees as wide as you like. Just bringing the body, the forehead down onto the mat. And start by taking a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Soaking up some of that sunshine, whether it's shining onto your skin or whether you can just sense it streaming in through the windows. Just going to take a few more breaths here. And then come to rise up onto your hands and knees into a tabletop. You're going to inhale and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, thread it underneath the left, coming down onto the right shoulder. Just resting the right side of the face onto the mat. And if this feels good, maybe taking that left hand and just placing it across the lower back. And you might notice a little bit more of a stretch across the chest. Bringing that left hand back down underneath the shoulder, and on an in-breath, you're going to reach the right hand all the way back up towards the ceiling. Open up the body to the right-hand side. And then exhale, coming back to your tabletop, right hand underneath the shoulder. Take a breath in and reach the left arm up. Exhale, thread the arm underneath. Bring the left shoulder and left side of the face down onto the mat. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax the muscles in the jaw. Take another breath in and a breath out. And then taking that left arm back up, reach it up towards the sky or towards the ceiling and come back to your tabletop. You're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. And take a pedal out with the legs here. Walk the feet. Lovely. And if that feels good, maybe continue with that movement, maybe making it a little bit bigger, coming into the hips a little bit, bigger walking knees, or if you really fancy it, maybe taking a little bit of stillness in your downward dog. Really softening into the knees and drawing the belly towards the thighs, grounding down into your hands. Relax through the neck. And then we're going to take a slow walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Relax the neck, relax the head, relax the shoulders, softness into the knees. And with my zoom playing up here, I'm sure you're going to get some great shots of me in unusual poses. Some great stills you're going to have. Relax the neck. We're going to take a few sun salutations on this beautiful summer solstice day. Slowly starting to rise up, coming into your Tadasana. Your feet can be hip distance apart or feet together if that feels comfortable. And then reaching the arms, the hands up towards the ceiling, into your extended mountain pose. On an exhale, those hands come all the way down, the arms come down, you start to round down through the spine, coming back into your forward fold. Relax your head, relax your neck. Take a breath in, draw the fingers up the shins, squeeze the shoulder blades together, finding length through the neck and through the whole of the body. Maybe even coming up just a tad bit more so you can really find that length into the spine. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to plant the hands down onto the mat, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in here and a breath out. And then you're going to float forwards into your plank. Long line from the crown of the head out towards the heels. If you need to drop the knees down onto the mat, do that now. And then exhale, we're going to bend through the elbows, bringing the chest and the belly all the way down onto the mat, slowly as you can go. On an in-breath, finding upward facing dog or baby cobra, pushing into the hands, drawing the heart forward, giving your glutes a squeeze. Gaze forward. Exhale, we find our downward facing dog. On a breath in, bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat and make your way to your forward fold at the top of the mat, whether you want to take a little hop, a few little steps. Relax the neck. Take a breath in and find halfway lift. Draw the fingers up the shins, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, forward fold. Rolling all the way up into your extended Tadasana, reaching for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Come through to your plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat, and as you exhale, find your forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Coming to rise, reaching for the sky, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, plant the hand, step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, float through to your plank. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra, beautiful. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here, take a few breaths. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat, inhale. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here. Separate your feet a little bit wider to about hip distance if they're not already. And then take hold of opposite elbows in a forward fold. So really relaxing over the legs, beautiful. Relax the neck. And then focusing on the left elbow, you're going to draw the left elbow towards the upper right-hand corner of the mat. And then you're going to draw it up as if you're making a rainbow arch over your body. So continue drawing that left arm up, up, up towards the ceiling, the right elbow's following. And then exhale, coming all the way down the other side. So you're making like a big circle or a big arch, I suppose more like an oval shape. You're going to continue going the same way. So left elbow is the one that leads, coming all the way up the right side. The right elbow follows as you exhale, coming all the way back down. Beautiful. Do one more of those, going in the same direction. A little sunflower, that's what we're going to name these. And then exhale, you're going to release the arms and you're continuing that motion but in the body, but the arms are going to reach up as you do it. So the left arm over towards the right side, and then a big stretch at the top with both arms, and then you allow both of them to drop down. Beautiful. Give me one more of those. I'm so glad that I've been able to explain this and you're both doing it, so great. Well done, guys. And then exhale, coming back down into your forward fold. Give me a halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. On an inhale, we're going to come to rise, standing on the right leg and drawing the left knee in towards the chest. So you're in a Tadasana, standing on your right leg, left knee is lifted. Beautiful. Little bit of balance here. You're going to take your right hand and just place it onto the outside of the left knee. You're going to twist your body so as if you're trying to open towards the left side and reach the left hand behind you. So it's at shoulder height, reaching it behind you. Yes, Sarah, yes, Mia. A little bit of a twisted standing balance here. Keeping the leg where it is, you're going to take both arms and reach them up towards the sky or ceiling as you bring the body back to center. So the hips, shoulders are now facing forward again. And then give me a flex through that left foot and then just send the heel forward as you lengthen through that leg. It doesn't have to be high, it can be a few centimeters off the ground. Just a little balance with the leg as straight as you can. And then as you exhale, the hands are going to come down towards the mat as you step your left leg back into a lunge, and then the hands continue reaching back and then reaching up. So they do a big circle. Yes, 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 yes. So you're coming up in your lunge, hands are now reaching up towards the sky, and you've got to bend into the right leg, which should be the one in front. Yes, you can have a softness into the left leg if that feels good, but just stretching out that left hip flexor, give the glutes a squeeze. Lifting the heart. Beautiful. As we exhale, bring your hands to heart center, to prayer at half center, and you're going to open up towards the left as if you're coming into a warrior two with the left leg, which is the back leg, bent. So not so traditional. So not the right leg that was forward in the lunge. You're opening towards the left but bending the back leg into your warrior two. Yes. And then if that feels comfortable, you can come all the way down into Skandasana. So bending right down into that left leg. Yes, beautiful. So the right toes can flex back towards your body. Your left heel can lift up if that feels good. Your hands can stay at heart center or just place them down towards the ground, whatever feels good. And if you're quite comfortable here, maybe you want to reach the right hand up and give it a little twist into the body. The left hand can stay grounded or just dig your left elbow into the inner thigh. Oh, that's a beautiful still it's caught me on. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. It's gorgeous. Exhale, your right hand is going to float down towards the ground and you're going to come to a wide leg forward fold. So just lifting the hips and lengthening out through that left leg and just hang heavy over both legs in a wide leg forward fold. Beautiful. If you need to toe heel the feet a little bit wider or narrower, you can do, but just really hanging heavy here. Lovely. Taking hold of both elbows again. We're going to do those sunflowers again, same side. So the left elbow reaches towards the right. Your body comes up into a little side bend, and then as you exhale, you start to round all the way down to the other side. This time releasing the hands and just doing it with the arms wide again, going towards the right first. Gorgeous. And then exhale, fold over your legs here in your wide leg forward fold. You're going to take a breath in and find a halfway lift in this pose. Lovely. As you exhale, start to walk your hands around to the front of the mat towards your right foot. Pivot the foot so the toes are facing towards the top of the mat again, and you're in a low lunge now. The back knee can drop down towards the mat and your hands are onto the ground either side of your right foot. Take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and come into three-legged downward facing dog with the right leg lifted up and back behind you. Inhale. Three-leg downward facing dog, right leg high. Beautiful, really pointing those toes, all flexing. As long as the foot is active behind you, I don't mind whether it's really flexed or really pointed. Sometimes flexing, you might feel that a little bit more down the leg. Bending into that knee and bringing the heel towards the glute. Really open the knee up towards the sky above you or ceiling. Should notice quite a big stretch into that hip. Lovely, and then just exhale, place that foot down into your downward dog, just by the left foot, and then float through into your plank. We're going to do a little vinyasa here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat, and step to your forward fold at the top of your mat. Relax the neck. Take hold of opposite elbows. We're doing our sunflowers this time towards the left-hand side. So right elbow, inhale, reach it towards the left and then up towards the sky. And as you exhale, coming down the right-hand side. You've got 3 of those, so working with the breath. Inhale, sunflower up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, your arms release and just do one more, but this time with big open arms, stretch them up. Ooh, and exhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. And then coming to stand, this time balancing on the left leg, bringing the right knee up towards the chest. And just find your balance here. And then taking your left hand, place it just onto the outside of that right knee, and then reaching the right arm back, maybe twisting, maybe even glancing back towards that right hand. Playing around with where you look. Beautiful. We're bringing the body back to center, reaching the arms up, flexing through the foot, and then sending the heel forwards. Inhale. Ooh. Stretching that leg out in front of you. Take another breath in and a breath out. Breath in, and then on this exhale, floating the hands down, and then the foot bends and reaches back behind you, coming into your lunge. And just as you start to inhale, the hands reach behind you and then reach up. So you've circled the arms all the way forward and up. And you're coming into a high lunge with the hands lifted. Left leg in front. How does this lunge feel in your body? Building strength, getting a good stretch down that right hip flexor. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center and then turn your body to face the right as you start to bend into that back leg, and the knee opens out towards the right hand side, coming into your Skandasana. Beautiful. Hands can float down or stay at heart center. Right heel can pop up or the foot can stay flat, whatever feels comfortable. And flex those left toes back towards your body. Really big opening into the hips and down the left hamstring as well. Placing the right hand down on the ground if that feels good. Reaching the left hand up into a big twist. And then as we exhale, we make our way into our wide leg forward fold. Have a little fidget with the legs. Where do they need to be? Relax your neck. Beautiful. Grab hold of opposite elbows, and this time we're coming up towards the left side, so reaching the right elbow towards the left. Big sunflower open. And exhale. We'll do one more of those because I can't remember how many we did on the other side. Beautiful, and then just do one more this time with the arms open up nice and wide. Reach them up. And then exhale, bring them down, relax over your legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then make your way into a low lunge facing the front of the mat with the left leg in front, right leg back, beautiful. Drop the back knee and just give a little stretch out. And if it feels good here, maybe you want to have a little wiggle into the hip, just noticing any sensations into that hip, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, maybe you want to avoid. And then planting the hands down, lifting the back knee. We're going to send this leg back into our 3-leg downward facing dog. Left leg up and back, and either flexing or pointing the foot, really pushing the floor away with the hands. Relax through the neck, reaching the toes or the heel away. And then give a bend into that knee and bring the heel towards the glute and open up the left knee towards the sky, noticing the opening of the hip. And then just try and square off the shoulders. We can have a tendency sometimes to really open up the whole of the body towards the left-hand side. So see if you can have a square off of the shoulders. How does that feel in the hip when you do that? And then floating that foot down into your downward facing dog, both feet on the ground. Take a breath in and find your plank. Coming down, exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat and find your forward fold. Relax the neck. Take hold of opposite elbows. We're going towards the right with the left elbow. Inhale into your sunflower. Exhale, coming down. This time take the arms nice and wide, reaching the arms up. Inhale and exhale. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale. Coming to stand with the left knee lifted. And then right hand reaches towards the left knee. Exhale, twist open. Both arms reach up as you inhale, flex through that left foot. And then exhale, send that heel forwards. Take a breath in here, into your balance. And then as you exhale, that foot is going to reach behind you. The hands float down, they float up as you inhale. Big circle with the arms. As we exhale, we come to our Skandasana, turning the body to face the left-hand side, bending into the left leg, the back leg. Beautiful. Take a breath in, reach the arm up, twist. Wide leg forward fold as you exhale. Relax the neck. Grab hold of opposite elbows, same side, so reaching the left elbow towards the right-hand side as you come up. Exhale, release. And the arms reach up this time. Inhale. Exhale, the arms come down. We find halfway lift as we inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands round to the front. Drop the back knee down as you come to your low lunge. Take a breath in, lift the back knee and send the front leg back into your 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, open the hip as you bend into that knee, bringing the heel towards the glute. Take another breath in and find again length through that leg, reaching the toes or the heel away. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Float that foot down. Inhale, you have your plank. And then chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat. And then as you exhale, we find our forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. We go towards the left this time, reaching the right elbow up. Exhale, coming back down. The right arm reaches this time towards the left-hand side. The left arm follows, big stretch at the top. Circling the arms back down again. On an inhale, we have our halfway lift. Exhale. This time the right knee lifts as you come to stand on your left leg. Exhale, you have your twist. Reach the right arm back. Left fingers just touch the knee. Inhale, flex through the front foot. And then exhale, send the heel forwards into your standing balance. Leg out in front. Take another breath in. And then exhale, we come into our lunge. The hands drop down. And as we inhale, we circle back and reach up. We exhale, bringing the hands to heart center as we find Skandasana with the right leg bent, facing the right hand side of the mat. Take a breath in and reach the left hand up towards the sky. Wide leg forward fold as you exhale. Release the neck. Take hold at opposite elbows. We come up the left side. Inhale. Sunflower. Exhale. Taking the arms wide. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, we find our lunge facing the front of the mat. Drop the back knee. Inhale, we find our three-leg downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, drop the heel and lift the knee. Bending into the knee, beautiful. Take a breath in, find length through that leg. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Coming through into your plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat. And then forward fold, relax the neck. Give me a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising all the way up, reaching the hands wide as they both come up. Reach them up towards the sky or the ceiling. Bring hands to heart center as you exhale. Close down the eyes. Coming to notice your breath. The pace of the breath. And the depth of the breath. Not making any attempt to alter it, just noticing. Bring your right hand to your belly and place your left hand on your heart. Connecting back with yourself. Inhale and reach both hands up towards the sky or the ceiling. And bring both hands back down into heart center as you separate your feet, toe heel them about mat distance apart. You'll know in a minute how wide you want them. We're going to come to Malasana, so maybe you need to bring them in a bit more, take them a bit wider, but just drop the hips and drop your seat in between your legs. Come into your yogi squat or Malasana. If you need to grab something just to prop your heels up on, maybe roll up the mat. If you need to bring your hands down onto the ground for a little bit of balance. If you can keep them at heart center, maybe take the elbows into the inner thigh. Just encourage an opening into the hips, grounding down and just hugging the floor with the pinky side edge of your feet. So the little toe edge of your feet. And then bringing a sense of lift into your heart. Lengthening right out of your pelvis, through the spine, out through the crown of your head. Taking another 2 breaths here. Beautiful. And then just relax in this pose, drop your seat back onto the mat. Use your hands to support if you need. And we're going to take our legs wide. So in a V shape with the legs. As wide as you want, not necessarily as wide as you can. If you want to bring them in a bit closer, you can do. And all we're going to do is just bring the hands in front of us and try to sit up tall first. Again, that feeling of lengthening out through the hips, through the pelvis. And that might feel good, that might feel enough. And if that's the case, you can either start to hinge forward or maybe see if you can attempt to wiggle your legs a little bit wider and just then notice how that feels. It might not look like we're doing that much, but I sure can feel it. Every breath. Oh, you've got a great still on your Zoom now. This is brilliant. Oh. Taking the legs a tad wider if that feels good. Maybe hinging forward a little bit more. Maybe walking the hands forward. Just going to take 3 more breaths here. And then walking the hands back up, if you walk them out at all, and just slowly wiggle your legs a little bit closer towards each other. So they're side by side, and just keep walking the knees up and down as if you're kind of running on the spot. Give them a little, that's it, give them a little wiggle into the ground. Do you both have a bolster, pillows, cushions with you? Cool, excellent. I'm going to grab mine as well then. I wasn't sure, I couldn't see it in the sunshine. Yeah, your trusty bolster. So we're going to come to a forward fold with the feet closer together this time. So if you need to prop something under the knees, maybe a rolled up blanket if it doesn't feel so good to have your legs super straight here. Maybe even sitting on a little cushion to just elevate your pelvis a little bit if that feels good. But taking the bolster or the props and placing it on top of your legs. And this is all just dependent on your body, so you might want it super close to you, you might want it a little bit further away so you've got a bit of space for your belly in between the prop and you. I quite like doing that. And we're just going to fold forward over the bolster. Really easy and simple. And if possible, have something to rest your head on. So if you need to grab another couple of cushions, or maybe even place your hands into fists and place one on top of the other, so you can just rest the forehead onto the fists. And we're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So make sure that the pose feels accessible for you and doesn't feel so stretched that in 30 seconds you're going to feel like you're cramping up. Make sure you can give yourself a little bit of space, so over the next 2.5 minutes your body can continue releasing and relaxing in this pose. Notice if you're holding any tension into the legs or the hips, maybe into the shoulders.
There's an angel in a window on a West Virginia church door swinging open, and he's pointing to the exit sign. Said you'll never walk on water if you wait until the river's
You're going to take a breath in and a breath out. And then just slowly making your way out of this pose. And then just dropping the bolster or pillows off your legs. And find a pose that just works well for you right now. So what I want to do in particular is bring the soles of my feet together and come into like a butterfly pose whilst resting. Yeah, pretty much what Sarah's doing right now. That's kind of what I fancy doing. So it's just what you feel like your body calls for after a pose like that. And then we're going to take our legs wide again, but then just bring one foot in towards the groin. So bring your right foot in towards the groin as your left leg is long. And it's out towards the side of you, not in front that leg. And then bring your bolster or your pillow and then place it along the leg. So yeah, you might want to grab another one, Mia, yeah, I think quite bolstered up here. And then you're going to bring your left elbow or left upper arm just to rest on that bolster, yep, so as if you're leaning over that leg. You're going to open the palm and rest your left side of your face into your left hand. Gorgeous. Bring your right hand onto your heart and lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then just allow that right hand to float up towards the ceiling. So you're stretching that hand up towards the sky or the ceiling. And then bring your awareness to your head, your neck, your face, and really encourage the muscles in the whole of your head to just relax, especially your neck. See how much you can relax the neck muscles. You should feel quite a nice little stretch down the right side of the lower back and kind of side of the back as well. position, but you're just going to float that top arm down and just bring it to rest wherever you like, whether on your leg or just onto the ground, just so you can relax the arm. It's quite nice you not being able to see me, you know, because you can kind of feel into your body where you want to go, especially on this bit. Almost feel like I'm doing a yoga podcast because you can't really see me very well.
Next to me, I found you by the old tree.
Got another minute and a half here.
We're away. Oh, let's run away. I don't know where we are going to. Let's go far today, and it's all gonna be wonderful. In the future, something in your nature, and we're away. What you say? Meet you by the seaside.
Take a breath
Somewhere we can both hide.
in. And relax the muscles in your neck a little bit more.
Oh, let's run away and not know where we are going to. Let's go far today.
And then slowly, really gentle with this one, bring yourself back up. Use your left arm and hand to just bring your head back up to center. And then again, just do a pose that feels good for you right now, and it doesn't have to be any particular pose. You can do a twist, or maybe just a complete fold over into a little bundle on the floor. Whatever feels good in your body right now. And then gently working your way back up, and we're just going to switch sides. So bringing the left foot in, taking the right leg out, and bringing the bolster or pillows or rolled up blanket or props onto the right leg. The right upper arm and elbow just rest onto that bolster and allow your face and head to relax into the right palm. Bring the left hand towards the heart, and then open that hand up towards the ceiling, lifting up into the elbow. Beautiful. It might take a while to feel comfy on one side. Maybe it feels a little bit more uncomfortable on one side than it did the other. It sure does for me on this side. It doesn't quite feel so comfy, but it's still a nice little stretch. Much tighter in the left side of my body.
Stand up, dear child. Awaken what is yours.
Take a breath in.
There's no time to wait.
And then float that hand down, but stay where you are
You are needed
with the rest of your body.
Come together, family. We are the world is here for us. We are ready. Find your powers and release.
another breath in. How much more can you relax?
Yeah, you don't know how beautiful you are.
And then slowly making your way out of this pose and just come to that little reset pose of your choice. And then we're going to make our way slowly and gently onto our backs, rolling down onto your back. And then if it feels good, just grabbing the bolster or the pillow if you've got it by your side, and we're going to place it underneath our lower back and sort of glutes. So coming into a supported bridge, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat and lifting the hips onto the bolster or the cushions or the pillow, whatever you've got. Or if you want to just do this without, you can do, just pushing into the feet, into the heels and lifting the hips. If this is a slightly bit more restorative, when you can relax the hips down onto that bolster. The hands can just be resting down by the side of you. Going to place your hands onto the prop and just push into your feet as you just lift the hips a smidgen so you can push the prop away from you, and then roll it down onto the mat or just push it over to one side, keeping the knees bent with the soles of the feet resting onto the mat. They're about hip distance apart, and you're just going to allow both knees to drop over towards the left hand side into a really lazy twist. This might not feel so good if it feels a little bit pinchy into that right quad. feel free to bring both knees on top of each other and take it into more of a traditional sort of twist. And the arms and hands can just be wherever you fancy. Slowly bring both knees back up, soles of the feet onto the mat, and then allow both knees to drop over towards the right side. Again, find a twist that's comfortable for you. If it doesn't feel so good, into the quad or the hip in this twist. Bringing both knees back up and then taking them both in towards your chest and give them a big squeeze. If it feels good, inviting a little bit of movement, maybe bringing the knees round in circles or just rocking side to side. If it doesn't feel so good on the back, then just finding stillness. And then flexing through the feet and bringing the hands to the inside of the feet, finding happy baby. So imagine you're holding the sky up with your feet so they're parallel with the ceiling or the sky. Drawing the knees to the outside of the body. And then bringing the knees back into the chest. And you're going to find your final pose, whether you want to take a shavasana with the legs long down the mat, allowing the hips and the legs to just fall open, or bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat with the knees bent and allow the knees to rest towards each other. Hands and arms just resting down by the side of you. If it feels comfortable, palms facing up, receiving that light and energy from the world. Take a breath in. Just invite a little bit of movement into the fingers and the toes. Maybe just resting the arms on the upper arm and lift the forearms up so you can give the wrists a few circles one way and then the other. Bringing the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. And then you're going to either rock up or rock over to one side and make your way into seated position. Legs can be crossed or sitting on your shins. Whatever position you choose, one that you can really lengthen through the spine, lifting out the crown of the head. Placing the hands down into the lap or onto your knees. Take a breath in through your nose. And a breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, reaching the hands up towards the sky or ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the hands down, draw them past your face, down towards heart center. The light in me honours and sees that I light in all of you. Namaste and happy summer solstice.